All right, folks, Yishai Fleischer here in studio, broadcasting from the land of Israel, where a big news day in the Middle East is taking place, and that is the death and elimination of Hassan Nasrallah, the arch-terrorist. Yes, the head of Hezbollah, the Secretary General of this terror organization, which is one of Iran's major arms, has been taken out by Israel. Israel taking the unusual move to take credit for the elimination, and it's a big news day here in Israel. I was in synagogue today. People were filing in. Somehow they got the information, police folks and other folks, that knew what was going on because we were observing the Sabbath, and yet that information was flowing in. And of course, jubilation, because this man has been a thorn in our sides and has killed thousands of Israelis, Americans, Brits, French people. He has been an arch-terrorist at the hands of Iran. He has ruled the Hezbollah for over 30 years. Hezbollah was founded in 1982, but he took over in 1992. He is a Shiite cleric. He was a Shiite teacher, and he was one of the real followers of the Iranian regime, and he was a backer of the Assad regime's suppression of Syrian civilians. We'll see more about that in the end. Let's take a look at some of the video of the strike itself. As you can see, a massive bombing. This was a video taken by a civilian in South Lebanon in the Dakhya neighborhood of Beirut. What exactly was struck, I don't know yet. Was it the bunker? Was it bunker busters? Or was it a car that he was getting into? There's some conflicting information. In any case, one thing is for sure, ding dong, the witch is dead. Hassan Nasrallah and some very high-level cohorts are gone. Even Iran is admitting it, calling for a 5-day mourning period. And so there's no denial of it. The arch-terrorist is gone. He is dead. And here's another video that was, I don't know who issued it, but I think that it was probably issued by somebody in the Israeli government or Israeli intelligence. Check out this video with a very clear signal to any remnants of Hezbollah, any leadership in Iran. The message is very clear here. You'll see it. Although it's in Arabic, you'll get the message clearly. Here we go. We started from the right place. The message is clear. Hezbollah members have been eliminated. And here comes Hassan Nasrallah. He's been eliminated, but that's not the end. Check out this part. Who is next? It says in Arabic, who is next? We don't know, and don't try to find out, because if you find out, that means that you're too close to the bad guys. There they are right there. Hassan Nasrallah, the domino that has fallen. An arch-terrorist eliminated today. That video, I don't know who made it, but I think it's probably from the Israeli government, a message to the bad guys that indeed they are being targeted. And in fact, Israeli News, which is behind me, has released some of a chart showing the leadership structure, the command structure of Hezbollah, and everybody except for one guy has been already eliminated. All right, so as I was saying to you before, there has been, joy and celebration here in Israel. One of our most deadly and awful enemies has been taken out. A lot of people are happy today because if you compare Israel a year ago on October the 7th, where we were and where we are today 1 year later, where we're smashing Gaza, where we're smashing Hezbollah, and we're showing that Israeli strength is alive and well with the beeper operation that took out 4,000, not killed them, but injured up to 4,000 Hezbollah beeper carriers, and blinded and many fighters and killed many fighters. That was a daring operation. Now getting rid of Hassan Nasrallah. Israeli strength is back. Baruch Hashem, thank God Almighty. And that's very, very important. Humor has ensued as well. Here's some of the videos that are kind of showing Israeli joy created by AI, not by me, but by folks out there on the internet. Okay, obviously, Hassan Nasrallah did not sing Am Yisrael Chai, that the nation of Israel lives, but AI has put it into his mouth, and that mouth is no longer going to curse the Jewish people, not going to curse Israel. And so far, I've been really focused on the Israeli attack and the Israeli response and the Israeli happiness at the fact that our arch enemy has been eliminated. But it's very, very important to know, and I think this is going to be undercovered in, not covered enough in international media, and that is a story that is breaking all over the Arab world. Let's take a look here. I found it already written up in the Washington Free Beacon, and let me put it up to you a little bit bigger so you could see it. And that is that Syrians are celebrating. They are celebrating the death of Hassan Nasrallah. They are happy about it, and there is tons of video that's flooding social media how Syrians are so happy, and they are praising. They are praising Netanyahu for being a great leader who has taken out their nemesis. And so I wanted you to see some of that. Let's see some of the people celebrating in Syria.
الحلو تفضل تفضل مبارك يا جماعة مبارك للجميع طيب هون
So these people are crowding gathering together. Why? It's Syrians in the country's northwestern area celebrated in Syria in the streets, handed out candy following reports that Hassan Nasrallah has been killed by Israeli airstrike. Why? Hezbollah, the Iranian-backed military group, is responsible for fueling the brutal civil war in the country, propping up dictator Bashar al-Assad as he worked to crush the rebellion that has long threatened his grip on power. So, in short, what we're talking about here is that the folks in Syria are so thankful that this Israel hater, Syrian suppressor is gone. And they're thankful that Benjamin Netanyahu, and they showed it on the news behind me there, they showed a video of a Syrian blessing Abu Yair. Abu Yair means the father of Yair. That's how, that's the Arabic way of treating somebody, speaking somebody respectfully. It's to call him by the name. He is the father of his oldest son, so Yair Netanyahu. So this guy was blessing Abu Yair for destroying their destroyer, for liberating them. And this is something that I've said so often and so much and so important to understand, which is that Israel is a force of liberation around here. It's a force of liberation. And this should be said on every news magazine out there, on every video. Israel's a force of liberation. The Iranian regime is an oppressive regime. Hamas is an oppressive Iranian arm. Hezbollah is an oppressive Iranian arm. And when we get rid of them, when Israel gets rid of them, we bring freedom to the Middle East. And you saw it with your own eyes, and it's going to be shown more and more in social media that anti-Assad regime Syrians who have been, we're talking about a displacement of over 10 million people. We're talking about the death of approximately a million. They say 500,000 official numbers, but maybe a million in real numbers of Syrians have been killed by the Bashar al-Assad regime together with Hezbollah. And all those people out there in the world that are sad, like AOC and others who are sad that Nasrallah is dead today, they are on the side of oppression and not liberation. They're on the side of suppression of decent Syrian people who want a decent life, and they are today celebrating the death of Hassan Nasrallah, and they're thanking Allah. They're thanking God for Prime Minister Netanyahu and for the IDF and for the IAF's strike on Hassan Nasrallah. And we should also thank God. In fact, one more little point. Let me just get this. Oh, there he goes. Today's Torah reading. We also have after the Torah reading, we read from the prophets. And let me just get my glasses here for a second. And today we had a phrase in the Torah portion, in the prophets portion, And the phrase was that we read it today in synagogue as we were finding out this news. In Hebrew, Ki yom nakam bilibi ushnat geulai ba'a. For the day of vengeance was in my heart, and the year of my redemption has arrived. Yes, it's been a year since Israel was struck so hard on October the 7th, and now Israel fights back. The year of redemption has come. Baruch Hashem, thank God Almighty. And thank you, Prime Minister Netanyahu. Thank you, IDF and IAF. And we have to keep being vigilant. The war is far from over. Our enemies still yearn to destroy us. And our enemies come in different shapes and sizes. And they are also the people who are sad at Hassan Nasrallah's elimination on campus and in some of the media and some world leaders who don't understand what liberation is, who are on the wrong side of history and on the side of terror and suppression. But we know the truth. We know that this is a great day, and we thank God for the elimination of such evil in this world. As the Psalms say, Ohave Hashem sin'u ra, lovers of God, you must detest evil. And today the world is a little bit freer from evil. The air is just a little bit cleaner. The world is just that much of a better place because Hassan Nasrallah is gone. God bless you folks from the land of Israel and from the whole Middle East, from the Abrahamic region where today we are celebrating liberation. Please write me an email, yishai@yishaifleischer.com, and subscribe to our various channels, including our YouTube channel, Yishai Fleischer TV. God bless you wherever you are. Lots of love, lots of blessings. And yes, it's okay to celebrate the destruction of evil in this world. So we indeed are celebrating today. God bless you and shalom.